today. From State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona, it's the NFC Wild Card Round on EA Sports. It's the Arizona Cardinals taking on the Los Angeles Rams.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the desert Southwest, Glendale, Arizona, and State Farm Stadium. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the postseason on EA Sports. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, that's really all I need to say to get you fired up. It's the postseason on EA Sports.
And no one's more fired up than the guys who are going to be playing in this game. This is what they fought for all year long. Go back to the OTAs, the mini camps, training camp, throughout the season to get to the playoffs. The intensity level would be off the charts.
Second of 3 games here on this Sunday. We continue with Super Wild Card Weekend here on EA Sports. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They'll be led out by a longtime starter in the NFL, a former #1 overall pick way back in 2009. It's Matthew Stafford.
And he comes into this wild card round off of a really good regular season, better than 30 touchdown passes. And he said he feels like he can take some shots against the secondary. In fact, in our meeting, he said not only can he take shots, he expects to do it early.
First run now for Kyron Williams. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one.
He'll let this go for Adams. Oh, his first throw of the playoffs is intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35.
Well, they certainly took a shot to open this game. I know it backfired with the interception, but no lack of bravado from that sideline at all. And look, they told us before the ball game, they wanted to be a little more dangerous on offense. They wanted to take a few more chances. That opening pass certainly set a tone. Maybe a turnover, but I don't think it'll stop them from trying again the rest of this game.
They'll run here with a rookie. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 12 yards to pick up. Good enough for an Arizona first.
Well, that was definitely a surprise there. Handed to the big guy on first down. Heck, the first play of the drive. And when you see him get to the second level, as a former safety, I can just tell you, your eyes get really wide because you know you've got a lot to deal with at that point.
And able to work his way down to the 16. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. They'll stay on the ground with Connor again. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. So a nice run there, and I have to think a strong running game in the playoffs, maybe even more critical than the regular season. And if you go by the numbers, the man they have running it here, he was the best in the NFL.
And since he led the league in rushing yards, I think it means he's going to see the ball a lot in this game, too, because that's what they're built like. That's what they're built around. So I think the offensive line, the tight end, the wide receivers, everyone is coming together.
And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. James Conner, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Cards will strike first here in this wild card matchup.
You think about James Conner down near the goal line, and you think about the 2021 season with his 15 touchdown runs. He believes he's as good as anybody down close, and he powers his way in here.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And the Cardinals will go up 7-0. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it was a touchdown run by James Conner that was the exclamation mark. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And it'll be a touchback as Tyler Lockett says, I'm not going to return this one. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their second drive of the game. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now a play fake it at Stafford. A quick throw there is incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. And now off to the races down the right side. And they will score. It's a pick-6 for the Cardinals touchdown. Well, CD, we have seen it many times throughout the course of the season. This defense coming up large and snagging a big takeaway. But here they get not just the takeaway, 6 points as well. And you just knew that for this team to advance, it had to get a big performance from this unit. And to this point, they've delivered. Now the try here for the point after. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. Play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And it'll be a touchback as Tyler Lockett says, I'm not going to return this one. The road ahead a little bit more difficult now after that pick-6. So dealing with this deficit here, we'll see if he can try to make amends on this drive. 1st and 10. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll hand this to Williams to start things out. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Great job defensively. Stretched it out, got the tackle for loss. He had 2 TFLs last week, by the way.
Yeah, what you're describing right there is a player who can set the edge well. You always hear that, meaning he's not getting hooked by an offensive lineman or a tight end, not getting turned inside on the blocking, able to keep his outside arm free, string the play out so there's nowhere for the back to turn up. Then he gets to him and makes the play.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And only a couple there up to about the 23-yard line. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
So on 4th down, on is Ethan Evans to punt for the Rams. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10.
Ready. 33, yellow.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
That run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all of their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Back to throw, Stafford. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a 1st down. Stafford going to give this one to Corum. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Still needing 10 yards. Now it's 3rd down. Now it's Stafford. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for 4th down.
And that big gain may just change the thought process here on 4th down. I think in the red zone, they might now consider going for it on 4th down.
Here we go on 4th. Stafford. On Stafford for the 3rd time is intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And the Cardinals are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on fourth down. I appreciate the aggressiveness trying to go for it there on fourth down, but you're in the red zone, had 3 points in your back pocket. Instead, Charles, they throw it away.
Certainly a big call to go for it on fourth down. As you said, in the red zone. Definitely going to cost them 3 points, and we'll see how that affects the game as time goes on.
The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They run behind center with Connor. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That one goes for 24 yards.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable third down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
So the ball moves from 138 to the other as they come up on 1st and 10. Connor up the middle. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Here's 2nd and 3.
52 blaster. Black ultra. Ready.
He'll look to throw. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. And the Rams force the turnover, and they'll take over at the 10. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Stafford. A short one there taken in by Ferguson. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down. Play action. Stafford. Pass complete there to Nakua. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 47. Up the middle, here's Corum. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be fourth down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
And this one is right down the middle. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. Well, Charles, the NFL record is 66 yards. That was 5 shy of that, but only a handful of guys have ever connected from 61 or deeper, and he can add his name to the list.
Yeah, more and more guys are trying it. That doesn't mean the success rate has gone up. That is a long kick. Guaranteed, when he turns on his phone after the game, a ton of congratulatory texts will be awaiting him.
A give to the fullback on the dive. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down, at least at first glance, as he'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Good solid gain on first down, about what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down at 6. Here's a handoff to Connor. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He'll get this to Connor underneath. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. After one, a 14-3 ball game. Back in Arizona, 2nd quarter action. It's the Cardinals in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. That's complete to Michael Wilson. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. On the handoff, Connor. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Can we just take that run and turn it into a kind of a clip and save? Because that tells you everything you need to know about this drive. They've been moving the ball awfully well.
9-yard line, 2nd and 6.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. Or he'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Cardinals continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. You talk about rookies having big statistical years. He had a boatload of these in the regular season, more than 1 per game, and now he has his first here in the playoffs.
And we know the guys on the other side of the field were hoping that he would be intimidated by playing in the postseason, but they can just let that go because he's as confident as they come. And I know that he believes that that's the first of many playoff touchdowns that he's going to have as his career progresses.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. And it'll be a touchback as Tyler Lockett says, I'm not going to return this one. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. Here's Stafford. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Stafford now to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
And that is incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this 1st half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
Following the punt return here, there's someone shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. A gain of 10, 1st down, Arizona.
And in a situation like this, you're in the 2nd half with the lead, trying to get to the division round. They're going to let him do his thing on the ground, and that's a great run there to pick up a 1st down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. He'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Rams are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. So his struggle is just continuing here in the 1st half, throwing the football. Charles, now 3 interceptions.
And they don't feel like they're just great plays by the defense. There's a sense that maybe he's a little careless with the football now. So some of the great coaches in the past, you know, they've always said, I can't teach you, obviously, because you're not listening. So maybe the bench can teach you. He's got to be careful now. He might get pulled.
It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot, and here another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
So not successful there on the challenge, and he'll have to be careful from here on out because he'll only have one challenge remaining. From the end zone, Stafford. And his pass incomplete.
Well, as we get ready for third down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on second down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on third and long.
Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on fourth down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Cardinals, great field position to start this drive as they take over first and 10. So here's a first and 10 at the 38. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Here's Connor. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. They're going to look to throw. Forced out to his left. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. Connor. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Here's a 2nd and 5. They'll look to throw here. A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
Looking to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Touchdown! An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Cardinals are able to add on to their first half lead. Charles, every time that he makes one of these plays, I think the front office, they get a bigger and bigger collective smile because they feel more confident that they have found their guy, their future at quarterback.
And they should feel that way. It's obvious he's a big part of why they have such a good record this season. You're right about the bright future as well, and by association, a bright future for the franchise too.
The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. And it'll be a touchback as Tyler Lockett says, I'm not going to return this one. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. And, you know, listen, there's two ways to get the number 7 seed. You can back into it or you can charge your way into it and seize it. But ultimately, once you're here, you can throw that out the window. You've got to come to play.
Yeah, you just think of that phrase, any given Sunday or Saturday as the case may be. And even though this is a 2 versus 7 matchup, don't think for 1 second that this game's going to be a pushover. Anything can happen once the playoffs begin.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now Stafford got his man complete over the middle. It's Adams. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Rams, they are on the move. They've got another 1st down.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
2nd and a couple. They run straight ahead with Corum. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 1st down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards.
Well, when you're a road team in the playoffs, when you're a wild card, what's the one thing you need to be able to do to stay in football games? Run the football. And that's an excellent job right there of identifying where to go and picking up good yards.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Cards are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice, steady gain.
This 2nd and 4. They'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. Over the middle, complete. That's Ferguson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a 1st down. Here's Stafford. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. 2nd and 10. On the handoff, Corum. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Blake Corum. A 16-yard touchdown run. And the Rams are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Point after, up and good. And the lead is down to 28-10. So that drive, 4 plays, and was polished off by the touchdown run from the 16-yard line. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best of the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
There's several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there. They'll look to throw now on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That goes for 14 yards, first down Cardinals. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Brought down on the play by Kobe Turner. Now a 2nd and 10. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. The Cardinals on third down. Can't be any better than a perfect 6 for 6. This is 3rd and 9. He'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. The decision to scramble almost got him the first, just short 9 yards, and it brings up 4th and inches.
Thanks to his effort, they now have a big choice to make here. He just ran them into field goal range with that one, so here come the choices. Do they kick it here, or do they trust him to make another big play and possibly get a first down?
And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. Escaping the pressure right. The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. Short one here, caught by McBride. And quickly they get to the line. They've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1. Now back to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. And the Rams will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, in a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Going right back to Ferguson. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. Throwing is Stafford. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And the Cardinals are going to get it back here just past the 35. Well, the Cardinal offense going to take over late in this first half. Have a great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal. They'll certainly have the green light here.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It'll be an Arizona first down on a gain of 17.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay.
Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Touchdown, Cardinals.
Marvin Harrison Jr., 34 yards. And the Cardinals will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass his young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen, and it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
Now the Rams about to go on offense one final time in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. Stafford
Going to be taken in here by Nakua. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A. A nice grab there for a guy coming off a terrific season, one that saw him have over 100 catches.
And when you have that many catches, that means you're a full part of the offense. And let's face it, he's been as good as anyone in the NFL this year. So it figures he's going to play a big role in whether his team can advance in the play.
And he works free. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A good pickup, 17 yards, and also a Rams first down. A shotgun snap for Stafford. He hits his target, Lockett. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And they're back within 3 scores as it's now a 22-point game. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. 1 second, all that remains. They'll throw now on the final play. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. This game 2 of our triple header here on Wildcard Sunday. We'll get back out to you two in just a moment. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta, where you see the final score there. Saquon Barkley, well over 100 yards rushing with a touchdown run as well.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work to run it a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. That's complete to McBride. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal first down. On 1st and 10 is Connor. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. 73 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and a couple. On the give, this is their fullback. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And they're going to speed things up here. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
2 yards to go, second down. On second down, they'll run it here. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with third down looming. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to move the sticks with a gain of 4 on 3rd and inches.
And that's why you spend a first-round draft pick on a running back. Not for just the fancy runs, but these dirty, gritty 3rd and 1s, 3rd and 2s. That's why you draft him.
They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. From the 23, here's second down and a yard. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. A short one here, caught by McBride. What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
2nd and 6 from the 10. And now a carry here for their fullback. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
And that was a good collision right there. And I know this as a former defender. If you're playing linebacker, you're going through a checklist on every play on who you think's going to get the ball and where you think the ball's going to go. Rarely do you expect the fullback position to get it. And on that play, he did. So you got to steel yourself at that point because the contact is going to be strong.
They're going to run. Here's Connor. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. James Conner with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cardinals take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. So they only needed a couple of feet there on 4th down, but they got more than that and then some as he takes this into the end zone.
And I love your description right there, right? 4th and short. They got that. No problem. Let's go ahead and get the rest of it. Finish it off in the end zone. Touchdown. Everyone goes away happy. On that one.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And it was a touchdown run by James Conner that was the exclamation mark. The Cardinals setting out to kick this one away, and off we go. And it'll be a touchback as Tyler Lockett says, I'm not going to return this one. Now the attention turns back to the Rams offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10.
At their own 25-yard line.
They'll run with Corum to begin the drive.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
From the gun, here's Stafford. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
Corum now on 1st and 10.
And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Out of the gun, Stafford. And my goodness, another interception. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And they will score. It's a pick-6 for the Cardinals touchdown.
And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick-6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
A try here for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick-6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away.
And it'll be a touchback as Tyler Lockett says, I'm not going to return this one.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Now Stafford. Now the ball comes loose, and the Cardinals have got it, going the other way, and to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
James Conner and the Cardinal offense ready to get back to work.
He is hoping to find the end zone for a 3rd time, and we sit now in the 3rd quarter.
And nothing would excite him more, but I think even more so, his offensive line. Anytime you've got a guy scoring that many times, that means you've done a really nice job in front of him.
You're always giving props to the big fellas up front.
It's always a good idea. Those are some massive men.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And that's a nice gain by him on 1st down, picking up some key yardage.
From the 35, here's 2nd down and 2.
They'll set up to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. They'll drop to throw. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense got him.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A 3-yard touchdown run.
And the Cardinals get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Well, familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this third quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go.
And it'll be a touchback as Tyler Lockett says, I'm not going to return this one.
Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
ETN once more.
And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Back to throw, Stafford.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. To throw is Stafford.
A short one there taken in by Ferguson.
And they're able to stop him short. On 3rd and 6, they'll only pick up 4.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
They'll try and run with their fullback. And he's able to get him a small cushion before being taken down at the 5, a gain of 3.
A good solid game there on 1st down, but the defense has to be happy they didn't let it pop for anything bigger.
2nd and 7.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground.
And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Brissett to throw on 1st.
And nearly another interception. Well, it would have been his third of the game, but this time he couldn't hang on.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
Throw out wide is incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Brissett. That's complete to his running back, Connor. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It'll be an Arizona first down on a gain of 17. The partner is still in the 3rd quarter, but they've got this one well in hand and still airing it out with gusto and picking up some nice gains.
And even in lopsided games like this, you don't really see starters get lifted or the foot come off the gas before the 4th quarter. No one wants to leave any doubt when they're playing well. They just want to continue the process.
Connor going to get it again on 2nd down. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. In this NFC Wild Card matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. On 1st and 10, Brissett. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. 2nd down and a yard. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. 63 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
As I take a look at the clock, I realize that this drive has eaten up a good portion of the 4th quarter already. Got to tell you, partner, when you're trying to salt away a game, this is exactly what it's supposed to look like.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Brissett. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 12 more yards there and another 1st down. Now they'll run it on the toss. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
2nd and 2. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And the Cardinals are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here. Some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the fourth.
They certainly are, and let me tell you something. If you're old school, you don't like this at all. But in today's football, you just go ahead and savor it. Watch a team execute at a high level. Doesn't matter what the scoreboard says.
On second down, it's Knight.
And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard.
This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more important?
And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown.
Zonovan Knight punching it in from a yard away. And the Cardinals go 98 yards and finish it off in the end zone. This defense held out as long as they could, but ultimately the running game wears them down from the 1-yard line.
And that gets set up throughout the entire drive, doesn't it? And when you put those big bodies and determination into that carry, the end result, touchdown.
Point after here coming up. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that, amazingly, a 17-play drive. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And it'll be a touchback as Tyler Lockett says, I'm not going to return this one. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far. And they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10.
Now it's Stafford.
A short one there taken in by Ferguson.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now. But as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
The throw out wide going to be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
On second down, here's Stafford.
A short one there taken in by Ferguson. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
3rd and 2, Stafford.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Rams 1st down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Stafford looks to throw again. It's complete to Lockett. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that'll bring up second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. That catch moves him over 100 yards now for this wild card game, and a first down as well. From the red zone now, Stafford. They'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 2nd and 5 from the 8. Straight ahead, Etienne. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage.
And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line. It'll go as nearly a loss of 10 on 1st and goal. So a disaster there. It goes as a 9-yard loss on the sack.
Well, surprise, surprise. 1st and goal at the 1. No quarterback sneak. No running play. They decide to throw for it, but the pressure got to them quickly and put the quarterback down.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Now a first carry for their fullback. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. A great play there. High in the air to bring it in.
And the Rams get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Point after, right down the middle. As they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And they have made this look easy. I mean, there's not supposed to be anything easy about the NFL playoffs, but this lead, yes, they're at home, but this has been impressive.
And we hear all the time when upsets happen, teams go on the road, that maybe home field advantage isn't all it's cracked up to be. But you and I both know the reality is teams really fight hard to get it. Why? You don't ever have to change routine. Everything's familiar going into the game. It makes things easier, and that has paid off for them in a big way in this contest.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. 85 yards rushing for him now as he has been a central figure in trying to get his guys to the 2nd round.
Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
And that's brought in by Knight.
They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That goes for 14 yards. 1st down, Cardinals.
Here's Knight on the handoff. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line.
11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs If you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. A give to the fullback on the dive. That's some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. A gain of 10, first down, Arizona. This is where, fourth quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
Well, you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering where they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And now out is the Cardinal field goal team here. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
On first down at Stafford. Left side complete to Lockett. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
That one taken in by Whittington. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down. Here's Stafford. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Throwing again is Stafford. It's caught here by Adams. It's going to be a nice pickup, but he also takes a pretty good lick at the end of that one. Here now, 3rd and a yard. Now Stafford. And now here's another interception. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit,
You're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. And they take a knee. And the Cardinals season will continue as we say thanks for watching and so long. So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. It's a win for the Cardinals as we say so long from Glendale.